biggest challenge, I think, is that the airport has such a huge amount of park space, and so many of the people are going to the airport with the car.
The most important for us is the surface access.
The connection, the public transport and the connection between the airport and the city center. There are very good connection with two kind of trains, and that kind of connection is what we are going to do.
We are able to cooperate with the Prague and Central Bohemian region to improve the surface access, in the same time to improve the public transport, which is one of the most important services for our inhabitants.
What's particularly interesting for Malta is the electric vehicles, for example, because obviously Malta being so small, distances are short.
I've seen a lot of good examples of it. Electric cars and electric vehicles, and that I find very interesting.
Electric cars, to have all the handling vehicles of an airport.
And also I find it interesting with a green travel plan, which we, for example, saw at Malta. And this is one example that we will try to introduce.
We've had various examples of bus on demand systems. This is possibly quite a useful tool for Malta as well. With the airport, tourism and employment, there's a good opportunity to create very specific and direct routes.
As an airport partner, I would recommend the airport carbon accreditation because that for me was really a good start.
I think it's a very good tool to first invent where do you have your carbon dioxide emissions and to structure them and to find relevant goals and to work systematically towards a reduction.
As an airport, we are struggling with the definition of sustainability, and the airport carbon accreditation is really a good help to compile your footprint and create awareness with all the stakeholders, and I think that's a good start.
One of the most interesting cases we saw in Stockholm Arlanda Airport, but it's also one of the hardest to copy because they make use of their natural resources in a very good way by storing their heat and their cold for the cooling system underground.
They have a very wide scope of different practices, different activities focused on environmental protection around airport, in airport. They were very different from transportation, organization of work of people.
I think a solar farm probably will have the most important impact.
The same is the case for Malta, which harvests its sun to a great deal. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of space, but if they would be able to generate all their power from the sun.
We changed all of our lighting to the LED, and we have a heat and cold storage that we showed during the study visit. We have some daylight dependable lighting in the terminal installed, and we have some presence detection in the offices.
It's one thing, I believe, reading about what we have done, but actually seeing it on place, I think it's a way where we have contributed and inviting people to see how we have done it.
We have not a direct responsibility, not in the airport, not in the transport, but we are sitting in the tables of the decision, especially connected with transport. In our meetings and in our negotiations, in our debates, we can propose actions, and in this case of CO2, they are connected with the saving of money.